There is a sentence written nearly 2,000 years ago that still explains how you can avoid feeling stuck today. It says, "What stands in the way becomes the way." Now, that sounds poetic. It sounds like something you might see on a quote page. But in reality, that sentence is not poetry. It is a rule of life. And if you understand it correctly, difficulty becomes the very thing that builds you. Today, I'm going to walk you through what this sentence actually means. Not in theory, not in motivational language, but in a way you can use immediately in your real life. This idea comes from Stoic philosophy, and the original line comes from a man known as Marcus Aurelius, a Roman emperor, which says, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." Now, Marcus Aurelius was not a life coach. This man was running an empire during war, plague, betrayal, and political pressure. So when he talks about obstacles, he's not speaking hypothetically. He's describing how an army stays grounded under pressure. This video is to translate this mindset into something you can apply today to work, discipline, identity, rejection, failure, and uncertainty. Most people think like this: if there was no obstacle, I could have moved forward. Most people think obstacles stop them. That belief is why they stay weak. They think once things calm down, once life gets easier, once the timing improves, once the resistance disappears, once I have more money, then it becomes the right way to go. And they'll finally start becoming who they want to be. That belief is the trap. Think about this as an open world adventure video game. If there's an obstacle, then that is the right path to beat that level. You don't go back, you don't find a different route, you don't panic and switch off the game. You cut out all the other distractions and go solve the riddle to level up. The new possibilities open, and when you remove one, another appears, shaping you in that story. That is exactly the same with real life. By the way, if you want more structure, we practice things like this in my school.com community called The Practice. It's a small private space for deeper reflection and discipline. So, I'm going to break this down for you in 3 stages. 1 is perception. The battle will always depend on how you interpret the obstacle. Most people add emotional meaning. Immediately there's a resistance. This is unfair, this is happening to me, this shouldn't be this hard, etc. See it this way. A delay is just a delay. A rejection is just a rejection. A need is just a need. This is mental discipline. Because when the perception is clean, panic disappears. When panic disappears, intelligence returns. 2 is action. So once perception is clear, the obstacle changes function. Instead of being something you fight emotionally, it becomes material. In other words, the obstacle is no longer stopping you from becoming capable. It is demanding that you become capable. You adapt inside that condition with a plan to conquer. Your move becomes deliberate, not reactive. You don't ask, "Why is this happening?" You ask, "What does this require from me?" Number 3, and arguably one of the most crucial, is having will when the obstacles cannot be overcome quickly, and re-strategizing without bitterness when you have no control over the obstacle at all. For example, illness, loss, time, unfair outcomes. Here are practical ways you can practice this. When resistance appears, you ask, "What am I doing emotionally that isn't required?" Dead it. What skill is this demanding I build to overcome? Build it. How can I respond in a way that fortifies me the most? Maintain it. Do this consistently and something changes. You become a master at moving forward. The very thing you think is blocking you or blocking your progress is the thing that must be used to create progress. The obstacle reorganizes your path, and it forces you to develop skills you would have not. An obstacle is the exact material required to build the next version of yourself. Till next time.